Gundam.tk presents Wing Gundam Zero. Hey everybody, this is Robert184 from Gundam.tk here to finish up my look at the high grade 1/100th Wing Gundam Zero. Don't forget to check out part 1 for all the details and part 2 to see it all put together and transformed. So I'll wrap up with my final verdict with the same caveat that I gave for the Wing Gundam, in that I built this kit not at the right time. I built it not while I was watching the anime, so what I might have forgiven in it, if I had been building it while I was enjoying the series for the first time, I would have been like, wow, I'm so happy to have this kit that I can forgive it for all of its problems. I built this completely unrelated to the anime to complete my lead Gundams, and as such, I don't really have a lot of positives to say about it. But let me start with a few positives, the first one being, hey, it is Wing Zero, which is one of the coolest suits in all of Gundam. Whether you like the Endless Waltz version or not, I don't know. It's a great suit and I'm happy they have it, and what else can I say that's positive? It has less stickers and a better shield. But now let's talk about the negatives as it rocks back and forth on this turntable here. First of all, where I liked Wing Gundam's transformation, this one is not as easy, and you may have noticed the falling parts, especially with the wings here. They don't want to stay in place all that well, and loose joints are a big problem with that, so the transformation is not as easy. The bird mode doesn't look as good for me as the Wing Gundam does, and the effect parts, really, you don't really notice them, and the other one, it sort of adds a cool effect. In this one it adds some color, but all the color's at the front of the Gundam and then it's just white at the back. Nothing too exciting there. So what about the bad parts now that it's back in mobile suit? First of all, I would say that the head is wrong on the Wing Zero, because I think that was one of its most noticeable features, especially with the red chin and the wings off to the side of the head. They didn't quite capture the anime feel with that, although I do like the gold V-fin, double V-fin on the front. Again, we've got limited posability with this kit, and you could see before that when I just shook it, you could just feel everything shaking on it. So it's not really a solid kit by any stretch of the imagination. But probably what's most disappointing is the shape of the wings. A, they're not the right size, they're not the right shape, and you can bend them back 90 degrees, which I didn't do before. But the transformation, the idea is great. The idea of them sliding out and then spreading out and then pivoting into place. But the execution, instead it just comes across as being loose and nothing wants to stay in the right place. And if it does, it's going to fall because it's going to tilt over on its side. A couple more positives. I do like the gold in this with the shoulders, a little bit on the wings and on the chest. It's understated, but I think it actually suits the Gundam quite well. But where I can praise the shield in this case because it's got gold parts on it and a clear green part down there, I really don't like the Buster rifles because they are just big gray blocks, so Bandai could have given us a little bit more color on those. And how can I forget? You put the shoulders up, and the shoulders fall down. So what kind of posing can you do with the arms when the shoulders can't even keep the weapons off to the side? And in this case it is the twin Buster, so it's a little bit more weight. But at the same time, they were doing that with no weapons in hand. The overlining does come across, again, mid-90s kit. I don't like the split there that you can see on the leg. That happens in a lot of different poses that you put it in. But on the other hand, I do like the fact that you put the feet inside in the transformation. That was a pretty cool gimmick. But my final complaint, and I think the thing that Bandai has done such a good job of lately, is the idea of capturing the image of the mobile suit in all of its right proportions in the model, and I don't think they did this at all. This isn't how I remember Wing Zero. I remember it being a lot more awesome, and I see this one and I see a big lined brick, but I do like the colors. The colors work good, but it's just the proportions are not wrong, and if it doesn't have the proportions right, it's not a good kit. Well, again, so that's a pretty negative review from me. So what about people that bought this kit in the 90s after watching Gundam Wing on television for the first time? I'm sure your impressions are in a completely opposite direction. And in the case of Wing Gundam, we're getting a master grade, so why buy that? Wing Zero, we probably will get a master grade within a year, maybe, if things go well. So anyway, that's just me. What about you guys? Love to hear from you, your own comments on this review and on the mobile suit itself. And this is Robert184 from Gundam.tk. Please, if you like the videos, rate, comment, review, and check out all my other reviews. And see you back here for more daily Gundams and model reviews. See you next time, everybody. So, angel wings, eh? I mean, come on. Says the guy who walks around with swords. Yeah, I'm gonna go beat a Gundam with a sword. No, 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 no. I did still have more mobile suits than you guys. How can you forget the DJ?